Didn't really want to be uploading a video at this sort of time of the day, but nonetheless, I'm going to. We have heard some breaking news, and it appears as if Diego Costa is unsettled by a £30 million a year offer from a Chinese Super League club. Now, will we sell him? Will we not? Who knows? Now, what we do know, or what according to Sky sources, this is he has been dropped by Chelsea. After a row with the fitness coach at the club. Look, the problem is, and I always find it's difficult. People always say, "Oh, money tempts football players," but you've got to put it into perspective. If you were offered double, triple what you're earning right now, you'd be stupid not to accept it. I mean, you would be. I don't blame Costa for accepting this. I do blame the way he's gone about it, you know, if this is all true. You know, what upsets me the most is probably the fact that, you know, in that Peterborough game, we saw Conte and Costa laughing. You know, and apparently that means nothing. I mean, it is so frustrating. It is... Look, I mean, if he does leave, it will be a terrible, terrible day for the football club. But at the same time, if he doesn't want to play for us, he don't want to play for us. No man is bigger than the club. You know, it will be a big loss. It will be a loss in which I don't know whether we will be able to instantly replace. If he goes this window, we're in fuck street. If he doesn't, we're not going to have a Costa who wants to play for the club. So we are in shit streak here. I pray to God this is completely and utterly fake news, but I'm not sure if it is. You know, I've heard apparently, you know, Conte reportedly shouted "Go to China" at Costa across the training ground. We know Conte's a fiery person. We know Costa's a fiery person. It's honestly, it's come out of left field. It's proved why football and Chelsea Football Club is just unpredictable. You never know what to expect. God knows how much we'd get for him if he did in fact go. 30 minutes. Oh, this is what China's going to do to football, and other clubs can laugh at us and the situation that's going on. But at the end of the day, it's going to happen to your players. It's going to happen to your top players. And it's going to happen to your club. And you aren't going to be laughing then. It's as simple as that. It is going to happen. Just another thing come out now. A few other lines to bring you regarding Diego Costa's situation at Chelsea, with Sky sources telling us that the striker had a row with the two fitness coaches as well as Antonio Conte. His agent, Giorgio Mendes, we know that guy. You know, he is a cunt of an agent, is thought to currently be in China. I literally am speechless. I don't know what to say. You know, Costa's one of my favourite players. If he does leave, look, you know, the goals he scored. I mean, to be fair, I can't defend the guy. If he wants to leave the football club, and the way he's gone about this is completely and utterly unacceptable. And there can be real no excuses for this situation. If he did want to leave, I think the truth be told, he wanted to go back to Atletico in the summer. If we're being honest. I think what would have been smart from Costa if he did want to move to China would have been to stay with us to the end of the season and to push the move in the summer. That would have been the smart move. But quite clearly it's Diego Costa, and he doesn't do things in the normal way, as he's proved here. So this is really not what we need off the back of our last Premier League result being against Tottenham and being 2-0. And the thing that pisses me off is Costa, I understand the money's there and that has probably tempted him. I get that. But the smart thing would have been see out this season and then go in the summer. Why? You got the top scorer of the Premier League. He could quite easily win that. PFA Player of the Year, quite easily win that. Chelsea's Player of the Season. You know, he's got everything. The Premier League, it's just simple for him. I mean, are China ruining football? Some would argue yes, some would argue no. I mean, if we thought money had gone mad in the game of football a couple of years ago. It has gone insane. Now, China are completely and utterly, completely taken what we thought was insane and taken it to another level. I mean, I don't honestly know what the hell we're going to do if Diego Costa decides to leave this January. Who the hell are we going to bring in? Michy Batshuayi, we haven't even been playing when Costa's been out. We have no replacement for Costa. Yes, we couldn't foresee this happening, but are we really going to be confident having Batshuayi up front for the rest of the season to take us to the Premier League title? I mean, this has thrown the Premier League right open. I thought we were clear favourites, but this has thrown it right open, because not only is what Diego Costa's done and what's happened at the football club going to affect Diego and the team in regards to the fact that we're now missing our main striker, it's also going to affect the team morale. And if there's an awkward atmosphere and there's an uncomfortable atmosphere at the club, if China comes in with a massive money offer for another big player, look, Eden Hazard, Thibaut Courtois, who's to say they're not going to leave? Who's to say they're not going to leave the football club? It's like, this is like April Fool's. It's just like a complete and utter joke. It's literally come out of nowhere. It is one of the most remarkable stories I have ever heard in my life. Diego Costa at the moment is playing the best I've ever seen him play. In my opinion, he's the best player in the Premier League, and he is one of the best strikers in the world right now. Now, reports saying Abramovich doesn't want to sell him. Great. But at the end of the day, if the guy doesn't want to play for the football club, and it's not, and look, he hasn't said he doesn't want to play for the football club. Right, we're going to make sure we remember that. He's had a row with a fitness coach and Conte, but he hasn't said he doesn't want to play for the football club. So Conte has dropped him. That's what's happened here. Conte's dropped him. Costa hasn't said, I want to play for the football club. I don't even know if he said he wants to leave. He's just unsettled by this. So we have to get the facts straight. We have to think about this logically. Is it possible that we can get through January, we can keep Diego Costa, and we can bring him back into the team? Possibly. But this is Diego Costa we're talking about. This is not just any old player. This is Diego Costa. Payet's doing a similar thing at West Ham. At West Ham. And again, is it showing that the players now have more power than anyone? I mean, Payet's not going to China, but he's refusing to play. I mean, Costa doesn't refuse to play yet. I think Costa would be a stupid boy moving to China. I really do, because the quality of football there is terrible. Now, the money, okay, but I'm gonna refute my point that I made earlier, where I said, if someone offered you a threefold increase on your wage, you probably wouldn't reject it. But I'd also say this is football. They're earning a ridiculous amount of money anyway, and a lot of it surely should be about the quality of football you're playing and where you're playing it. Costa's currently playing in the best league. He's playing with one of the best teams in the league. We're top of the table. You can't argue with that. And he's going to move to China full of players, a couple of great players and and most that you've never heard of. He'll probably score a hatful of goals. Yes, he'll earn a load of money. The quality in the league will be pretty shit. There's no Champions League. There's no massive, I don't know what the play, Chinese Super League. Big deal. So it's not the greatest day for a Chelsea fan. We'll have to admit that. But at the end of the day, what we've got to hope for, and again, I want to emphasise this point: no player is bigger than the club. No manager is bigger than the club. No player is ever bigger than the club. And tomorrow we have to beat Leicester. Without Diego Costa, we have to send a point. We have to prove a point. The players have to prove a point that they're with the club, they're with the fans, and that they don't, accept Diego Costa's attitude. And what Diego Costa has done is in no way reflectant of them and the mood in camp. That's what they have to do tomorrow. They have to prove a point. Now, it could work two ways. They could be fired up from this and they will want to go out and prove a point, or the morale could be so heavily hit that we end up losing against Leicester, and we are then in serious trouble of not just not winning the Premier League, but then I would say not finishing in top 4. Now this might sound drastic. What we've got to understand is we are losing one of our best players, well, our best player this season. Now if you take the best player out of any team, okay, that is going to be absolutely huge, the detrimental effect that that's going to have on that team. So this is a big deal. You know, there's no beating around the bush. If Diego Costa, you know, hell, if he stays this January but he doesn't play for us for the rest of the season, this is a big deal. If Diego Costa plays anyway, this could still be a big deal because more than likely his head's not going to be there. And when Diego Costa loses his head, oh good God. God help us. So yeah, my thoughts on the news is just, it's shocking, it's unbelievable, it's actually hard to actually grasp. Look, this could, I pray to God, right? If there's a God up there, I pray that this is all fake news and this is the media trying to damage the football club like they always do because they hate Chelsea. It's always been the thing. But something tells me it's not. Although a lot of it just seems too comical to be true. Conte shouting across the training ground, go to China. I mean, it's something Trump would say. I mean, I really, really hope this isn't true. But I think it probably is. Let's be honest. I think this probably is. And I think this is what we're going to expect now. You know, who are we going to bring in? I mean, I haven't even thought of that. Lukaku? Bring Lukaku back. I don't even know. I don't even know. This is a huge deal. I don't care what any Chelsea fan tries to say. Yeah, I don't actually know what any Chelsea fan who honestly can say, you know, this is not a big deal, because this is a big deal. I'm not panicking, but it's a big deal. You know, yes, we'll get over it, but this is. I emphasize this point, and I'm going to end the video with this. China will continue to do this with football. The best players, your best player, Sanchez, he'll go China. Top players, the top teams are going to move to China. It is what's going to happen. This is just the first of the big boys in the Premier League that's going to move to China. And it will continue to happen. Diego Costa is unsettled at Chelsea because of an offer from China. And he's been dropped from the squad. What a Friday evening. Jesus Christ. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And I'll be back very, very soon.